Hi, Verity. We wanted to answer your question with a video instead of writing it out because it's easier to understand and less likely to be misinterpreted. And this is a pretty important issue if you're 10 days out and you can't get a hold of your coach. Hopefully, that'll all be solved by the end of the day and this won't matter. But just in case, so you're not left high and dry, here's, I guess, our basic plan for what you should do, not knowing anything as far as how you've prepared or what your coach did have intended for you. So a very safe approach. 10 days out, you need to stick with what you've been doing. Keep your sodium and water the same all the way through show day. It's probably best to keep eating the same macros and meal plan that you have. I have no idea what you're eating. Don't you think so?
Yeah, one of the reasons we want to do this is because you want to keep all variables consistent the rest of the way. I'm sure you've all heard stories about people doing different type of peak week scenarios, manipulating water, sodium, depleting, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of those things do work, but your coach needs to know how you respond to these things in a certain way. So the safest approach is just, like she said, do what you've been doing. You'll probably find too that you'll kind of tighten up just a little bit as you move along, because now he's going to get into the schedule. Even though you're still doing workouts, you're going to be doing a little bit less workouts, a little bit less cardio each day, so you have less of a calorie burn, so your body's going to store a little bit of extra glycogen in the muscles. And if I understand, she's figure, right?
Yes.
Figure, so you're going to want to have that little extra pop. But yeah, keep everything the same. Don't mess with it. It is a conservative approach, but at this point, it's the safest approach. And number two, don't freak out. Okay, you're going to be fine. A lot of times the safest approach is the best approach anyway. When a lot of things get changed, that's when we get some unforeseen things happening. And a lot of times when that happens, it's too late to fix it. So this might be your best chance or your best bet anyway. So onto the workout, or 7 days out.
Yeah, so make sure that you save this video or you get a pen so you can write it down and you'll have the list handy. But I'm assuming this is a Saturday morning show. So as far as your workouts go, on Saturday and Sunday, you're going to do a normal workout. For Saturday, you would do HIIT or your longest session of HIIT that you've done. And you'll just have to go back to the last 2 weeks and see what they had you doing. And you're going to want to do that in addition to a normal Saturday workout. And then on Sunday, you're going to do a normal workout, and you're going to do a little less of a HIIT session than you did on Sunday. On Saturday.
Or cardio. If you haven't been doing HIIT, just go back the last couple of weeks and look at your longest cardio session. That's what you would do on Saturday, then maybe drop it down a few minutes on Sunday.
Yeah. And then on Monday, go ahead and do a leg workout and do maybe 40 minutes of steady state cardio. And then Tuesday, you're going to do an upper body push workout, and you're going to drop it down to about 30 minutes of steady state cardio. And on Wednesday, you'll do upper body and you'll do a pull, and you'll only do like 20 minutes of steady state cardio. So you're dropping it down every day. And then you get into Thursday and Friday, and you're going to now do a full body circuit, and you're going to do a little less each day. So on Thursday, you'll do a full body circuit for 20 minutes. And then you'll do 10 minutes of steady state cardio, 10 or 20 minutes. And then Friday, the night before the show, you're going to do another full body circuit, but that's only going to be 10 minutes. It's light. And then you're going to do a 10-minute steady state cardio that night as well.
Yeah, I want to emphasize on these workouts, other than Saturday and Sunday, which is normal, you might want to drop down the intensity.
This is a Saturday and Sunday prior to the show.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday prior to the show. Even though the workouts are normal, you might want to back off the intensity or volume just a little bit. So if you've been, whatever you've been working out for, say, 12 reps, drop the weight just a little bit. Maybe use weight you could do for about 14 or 15, but still do 12. Now, when you start getting to Monday and the rest of the week, you want to do no more than about 80% of the volume you've been doing, or the 80% of the intensity, or 80% of the weight. So, for example, if you're doing something for 100 pounds, drop it down to about 75 or 80. Right? The reason we're doing all this stuff is because we don't want to have any muscle soreness going on, any water retention in the muscles. This will allow the muscles to kind of clear out any extra water, pull a little bit out of the skin, and have you coming in a little bit tighter. Now, she did talk about having like on Saturday and Sunday, whatever you've done on your maximum amount of cardio, kind of bring that down a little bit. So for example, Monday, 40 minutes. Now, however, if you've only done up to about 40 or 45 minutes of cardio, then maybe Monday should be 30 minutes, maybe the next one 20. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. Drop it down a little bit each day. Now, one of the reasons why this actually might be a better fit for you anyway is instead of manipulating a lot of the macros and sodium and water and stuff, since you're dropping things down and your calories are going to be about the same, then that's going to allow your body actually your muscles actually fill up a little bit since you're not using as much glycogen for your workouts. Again, being a figure, this will be really, really good for you. Just keep it safe and don't freak out. So, show day.
On show day, you're going to wake up about 5 hours before your show time. And you want to do 10 minutes of slow cardio.
Just like barely walking, just a little normal pace walking.
You're just getting your blood moving. And then you're going to eat. After your meal, you're going to do about 5 to 10 minutes more of slow cardio. You just want to get that stuff pumping through your system.
Yeah.
Anything to add on that?
Yeah. Now, here's this is a tricky situation because we don't know a lot about you or anything like that. So the safest bet would be don't overdo it on show day. You don't want to be hungry, but you don't want to overstuff yourself with a lot of carbs. For one thing, you're not going to, whatever carb you eat on that day is not really going to have time to assimilate and actually get into your bloodstream to fill you out. That's all going to come from the way you do your peak week before. So just kind of a little bit to take the edge off so you don't get hungry. Water up to the time you go to the show, do about a half to 3/4 of your normal water intake up to about an hour before you hit the stage, maybe an hour and a half before you hit the stage. At that point, just sip if you're thirsty, that's it.
But to clarify, that's not because water is going to mess you up on stage. It's not because water is going to mess up your physique.
No.
It's because you might need to pee when you're on stage and you don't want to be standing back there in the hallway
Correct.
ready to go on and have to pee. Because I did all this and I still had to pee because you have to pee, you know. So that's with sips.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you're not drinking a lot of water only in that little bit of time. Okay?
Yeah, and also about an hour out. Now this would be a little risky on your part, but it depends on how you feel you're looking.
And let me clarify before he says this is only because this particular person is a figure competitor. This does not apply to a bikini competitor.
Yes, so you might want to consider taking about a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of sodium in some water about an hour before you take the stage. The reason for this is that sodium will help pull a little bit more water out of the skin and also help bring it in and work with the carbs that you've already had in your system the day before to fill you up just a little bit more. Now, if you're already feeling tight enough, you probably don't want to do that because that may cause some problems. So just if you don't feel like it's there, another thing you want to do too is...
The pump.
Yeah, we'll get to the pump in a second. Is we're going to go back up to the day before the show. About 18 to 24 hours out, you want to stop taking fiber. All right, any of your fiber food, you want to eliminate that because you don't want that in your gut fermenting and keep causing a little bit of bloat. So normal foods, but foods really, really low in fiber if you can get away with it. Okay.
Yeah, and also when we're talking about backing up before the show a little bit, like 2 days out before the show, take an antihistamine. Benadryl is fine. That's going to probably make you sleepy though if you don't want to have to worry about that.
Take it at night anyway.
Claritin doesn't make you sleepy. It's an antihistamine. You just want something to keep any kind of inflammation down.
Yeah, a lot of people can get sick on show day and stuff, and any type of sickness or virus can cause you to hold water, so it's just a little preventative, that's all.
Yeah, if you happen to be starting your period or something, don't freak out. You can get dandelion root in a capsules. It's very mild. That would help a little bit, but
Yeah.
don't buy into any of the other products that people are suggesting you use. That will mess up your system. It will mess up your physique, most importantly, and we would be sitting there judging you saying you look flat because you've pulled all the water out of your muscles.
Yeah, one thing you could do to that with the if you start your cycle is this is the one and only time you want to reduce your sodium. So starting on Wednesday, you would reduce your sodium by about 30% each day. No more than that. That's it. That's just to kind of help with a little bit of what's going on. you know, as far as your cycle is concerned. And then obviously with the dandelion root, then that should take care of most of that. But if you're not on your period or anything else,
Don't take
don't
either
mess your
of those,
sodium.
yeah.
Yeah, neither one of those, don't do it.
The pump up.
Yeah, pump up. Okay, so you'll probably want to start a pump up about 30 to 45 minutes out. Do about a 10-minute pump up. Very lightweight.
First show, you probably aren't going to know when that 30 to 45 minute window is going to begin. The expediter people are going to be sitting there with lists, and you can tell who's the one in charge and who's going to be calling you out. You can ask that person, do you have any idea how long it's going to be before figure whatever class you're in is going to be on stage? So keep asking them. They're probably going to be annoyed that you're asking them. They're just busy and everything is annoying. So don't take that personally. Just continue to ask. You just want to stay on top of it if you're there by yourself.
Correct. So back to the pump up that you want. Good info, by the way. Yeah, about 30 minutes out. Just do a light pump up for about 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, maybe like the lightest band you can find, maybe one step up. But just take your time, slow and easy. You're probably going to find people all over you pumping up 15, 20, 30 minutes out and on and on. No.
They're going to be doing it forever.
Yeah, you do not want to do that. All you want to do is kind of get your core body temperature up a little bit, get a little blood going in, and letting that water and sodium and the carbs do the trick. That's it. Again, about 30 to 40 minutes out. And then another light one about 15 minutes before you hit the stage, and you're done. That's it. No more. The other people who are going to be doing it over and over probably going to have a little blurriness going on. Could probably see them shaking on stage when they're posing, because it can wear you out a little bit. So don't do that either. Again, 30
less
to 40,
is more.
Yeah, less is more. 30 to 40 minutes out, 5 to 10 minute pump, 15 minutes before you hit the stage, be done with it, 5 to 10 minute pump, and you're done. Anything else? As far as food goes, really, just kind of eat the normal stuff that you have been, and just, you know, try to just keep your appetite at bay. Don't do it too much. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If it was a normal circumstances, we'd probably have you some meal timing going on. But again, keep in mind that the food you eat that day really isn't going to do anything for your, you know, the filling you out or whatever. You know, some simple sugars can get a little bit of an edge on it, but not much. Protein really doesn't have any use on show day. It's just kind of a little bit filling, and again, absolutely no fiber. If you do find yourself a little bit weak before you go on, maybe a tablespoon of peanut butter, or even maybe like a Reese's peanut butter cup about 15 minutes before you go on, you know, pretty much just to give you some energy. And then for basically going into the evening show, you would repeat the whole process exactly the same way. You don't change anything. So by the end of the day, from your water standpoint, you're probably going to have more water than you do on a normal basis. That's fine. So repeat the process from the morning, and you should be just fine. Again, this is a conservative. This is very safe. It's not knowing anything about you. Just want you to kind of get through the show, do your best, take it safe, and enjoy the ride.